Barry White or Boys to Men? It's one of the two.
Boys to Men.
Not bad. You think you would fool me there? 722 News Talk WLOB, streaming live at WLOBradio.com, AM 1310 and WPME TV. I still keep looking up for Sports Center. It's not there today. It's throwing me off my game. Derek Volk is here from Volk Packaging, and Peter Bolduc is here from Harvest Hill Farms. We talked about beef in the last segment. He has free-range beef. If you want to find out more, go to harvesthillfarms.com. Correct. So, you guys were talking during the break about when you work with a local company, the money stays local. Peter, why don't you pick that back up?
Well, last week we mentioned that. I know one of your favorite organizations is the Center for, was it Heritage and Policy? How does that go again, Ray?
Maine Center for Economic Policy.
There we go. Thank you.
They did write a nice piece about buying local. I will give them credit for that.
I brought that piece in last week, and for every $100 that you spend locally, $54 I may be off on my number a little bit, but this is the general sense is if over $50 stays locally and goes back into the economy versus going to a big box store, only some $30 stays locally. So there is a significant impact to the local economy when you buy local and you stay local.
Right.
And I would, Derek was mentioning earlier, one of the things that separates him from the rest of the pack is you can deal with the owner in the store. Well, that's one of the reasons that we've been successful at Reharvest and Maine Apple Company and Harvest Hill Farm. Same thing. The owner is in the store. There aren't so many layers of BS that you can't get to a decision maker. And I will attest and take my pom-poms out and sing their praise. I mean, you want to talk about a company that'll stand on their head to get the job done for you. If there's failing to plan on our end, which there was one occasion we actually failed to plan, these guys were able to respond. Russ, one of their sales guys, the sales guy that represents Volk and deals with us, is very responsive. Just an absolutely great company to do business with.
Thanks, appreciate that. And he's right. The money does stay in Maine when the money comes to us, as opposed to all of our competitors virtually. The money, some of it's staying in Maine, maybe local rep, a couple local employees, but most of it is leaving the state. And all of our money that comes into Volk Packaging stays in Maine. I always tell people, a little goes to West Palm Beach, where my father is, but the rest of it stays in Maine.
Well, he's earned it. He's run a marathon on 7 continents.
That's right.
He's earned his time down there. The other piece of that is when you deal with a local company, not only does the money stay local, but you also have the opportunity to develop a relationship with a guy who's done what you're trying to do. In other words, run a small business. And as we've talked about countless times here, Peter, I've never met a small business guy or gal who wasn't willing to talk about their experiences, share where they were successful, also share where they wish they had done something different, and you can learn from their experience, and that's something you don't do when you're dealing with a corporate giant.
Exactly. And we've seen one of the nice things about Volk Packaging is that we'll work with anybody. When the people are starting up a business, the businesses that you are often talking about getting startups, they need very small amounts of boxes, and most of our competitors don't even want to work with them.
Right.
And we'll work with them. Last year, 25% of our customers did under $1,000 for the entire year.
Wow.
And we have 1,000 customers. We had 1,003 customers last year. So 250 of them didn't even buy $1,000, but they grow, and we grow with them.
And I think that's really the key to recognize that niche, because you're right, there are a lot of people out there. Let's say, for example, somebody listening right now, they've created some sort of a widget. They need to be able to ship it efficiently and effectively, but they can't go out and invest in 5,000 boxes, as an example,
Right, exactly.
or 10,000 boxes, because they just don't have the money to do it. And that becomes a deterrent for them to get started because they don't have the startup capital. Whereas if they can ease into it and buy what they need, or buy a reasonable supply, as opposed to being mandated to buy this huge amount of inventory that they won't need and might not even use.
Yeah, one of my sales reps was working for a competitor prior to working for us, and they told him if they're not buying 75,000 square feet, which is about 3/4 to a truckload, keep driving. Don't even stop in and see them. And we have customers that don't even fill a pallet with what they're looking for,
right.
But they have to get started. And Tom's of Maine came into us when he was working out of a garage in Kennebunk and had an idea for some toothpaste, and look at them now.
Well, exactly. And that's really the point, is if you can find that person, which when you're dealing with somebody local, it's easier to do because they've been there. They started somewhere. But I know I talk to a lot of people. The New England Products Trade Show is coming up here in
Yeah.
about 2 weeks.
Great show.
That's a great show that we go to every year. And you meet a whole lot of people who are just getting started. Maybe they've developed a new way to make soap, or it's a fragrance soap or whatever. And, you know, their first year, maybe they only sell a couple of hundred or maybe 1,000 items. They can't go out and invest into 1,000 boxes because that's where they get a price point at. Because they don't have the they don't have the sales volume to do it.
Right.
And so those are barriers people don't think about. Sometimes when you have to have such a large minimum order, that's a deterrent to getting started.
Yeah, and that Maine Products Trade Show is full of our customers. We go there every
fantastic.
year and walk around and say hi to everybody. And it's a great opportunity to meet some customers and find out what they're going through. And we have customers that we've been doing. Our average customer has been with us for 18 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a testament to you guys.
Yes, so we have a lot of customers that we've seen grow over the years that we've built really nice relationships with. And again, like you said, in Maine, a lot of times you're dealing owner to owner, and that's a really nice thing.
Well, in the case of you two guys, for example, you do the packaging for his Apple business, and then he turns around and does the recycling. Because you guys work owner to owner, it's an opportunity here to find opportunities that may, in fact, you wouldn't get if you were dealing with somebody sitting on Wall Street.
Well, absolutely, Ray, and it's all about relationships as well. I mean, you've heard me talk about the ladder tray in here several times over the past couple of months. As this thing gets closer to going to market, we've put the call out to Russ. We'll meet with Russ. Russ will help us design the box that we're going to wrap this thing in and figure out what the best application is there. The nice thing is we have a relationship. We're not going to 5 companies to get bids and quotes. We're going to Volk Packaging. We know they're going to take care of us. We know they're going to be competitive. They're going to work with us. They're going to help us in the design. So if you've got other companies out there that are actually starting businesses today, there are so many things you have to deal with. So it's pretty helpful when you have somebody that goes, hey, you know what, call my friend Derek over to Volk Packaging. He'll take good care of you. It's like you check the box and you go, all right, now I can focus on other things that I need to focus on to get my business up and running. I don't have to worry about the box guy taking advantage of me. I've got someone that comes as a referral. It's a local business. It's something that I can feel good about.
Got about 30 seconds left. Besides packaging, what else do you do? Or are you